Hi guys, and welcome to another video on Salma's Life. Before I say anything, I want to say Merry Christmas to everyone. I hope you had an amazing time with your friends and family in the safest way possible. And I thought, because we're coming to the end of 2020, a year that most people will probably want to forget, I thought I'd sort of look at the positives and sort of do my 2020 of wrestling and sort of talk about the highlights for me this year, what's happened in all the wrestling that I've watched, and what I'm looking forward to for next year. Now, the year in wrestling has been crazy. We started off in January, obviously Wrestle Kingdom, huge matches in DDT, Tokyo Joshi, and we had some amazing storylines going through that. So we had Naito finally winning the Double Dash, the IWGP Heavyweight and Intercontinental title. Then we had Kenta challenging him. And then suddenly in February, everything just seemed to stop. The world seemed to go on halt, and that included wrestling. We went from watching wrestling pretty much every day, if you're like me and had nothing else to do, to having nothing. And I guess the first thing I want to say is thank you to all the promotions who did carry on running. New Japan had their New Japan Together series where we had exclusive content from Tanahashi's My Dad's a Heel Wrestler online, the Togi Makabe and Tomoaki Honma talk show, the Chaos show, exclusive interviews with Okada and Naito and Hiromu. And we also had, in terms of DDT, we had some amazing No People shows, which were in the confines of the dojo, all to safety standards. And I want to say thank you for protecting not only your fans, but your wrestlers. And that was a sort of weird time, because I know everyone probably like me didn't have much to do, whether you're at work or whether you have been furloughed, which basically means that you're getting paid because you obviously can't go to work. And I think, I don't know about you, but that wrestling was sort of some sort of escapism for me. I got to watch stuff from the archives, from all of the subscriptions that I'm onto. I started finding new wrestlers that I liked, new promotions, and it just felt like we made the best out of a bad situation. We still managed to enjoy the wrestling we loved, just in completely different ways. However, that being said, I was over the moon when we got to about June, and we started seeing, with the pro wrestling promotions in Japan, fans coming back. I mean, not only did that show how well that Japan as a country was dealing with the pandemic, that we got fans back so early, but also the work that went on behind the scenes to make sure that all of these shows were safe for people. Now, I don't know about you, but I did get a bit emotional during the New Japan Together show, which was basically their first show back. This one had no fans, but it was proper live wrestling that we got to see. And I think it was from there that things started to get back to normal. We had the New Japan Cup, we had in DDT the King of DDT tournament, and slowly but surely we started to see fans coming back. And I know they couldn't cheer, they couldn't chant, but there was something about seeing all these people enjoying wrestling live that made me feel sort of jealous, because back here in England we still really can't go and watch live wrestling. And I mean, would I feel safe going? Maybe not yet. But by watching these people, I almost felt like I was immersed in wrestling again. And the one thing that helped me keep sane during lockdown was back properly. And after that, we had some amazing things. We had the New Japan Cup, like I mentioned. We had the G1, which Kota Ibushi won for the second time. Best of Super Junior tournament. World Tag League. We've just finished the KOD tournament in DDT. And I just think every wrestler has put so much in to try and bring joy to fans. And I mentioned these, but for me personally, this was also the year that I started watching Tokyo Joshi. Now, I can admit, as a female, I should love female wrestling, but I've hardly had chance to watch it. This lockdown, I made sure that I went through those TJPW archives and I watched their shows. Honestly, all I can say is, if you've not had a chance to watch Tokyo Joshi, watch it. There have been some amazing tag matches, singles matches. I knew of Saki Akai from DDT, and she had a best of 7 series against some of their wrestlers and the likes of Emi Sakura. Like, honestly, I've been spoiled this year. I've had stuff to do all the time, and it almost seems like I'm running out of time to watch everything. But it's because of the wrestlers that I was like this. There were so many moments that stood out. So like I said, Kota Ibushi winning the G1, Tetsuya Endo winning the KOD Openweight Championship again, Evil leaving Los Ingobernables de Japón for Bullet Club. As you can tell, I'm still really bitter about that and I still don't forgive you. And they were the MVPs of the year who once again stood out and went 150% for the fans. Tomohiro Ishii, Yoshihashi with his heart and soul basically just made everyone feel so happy. Tetsuya Naito, Tanahashi, Okada, Miyu Yamashita, Maki Ito, all of them together just gave everyone an amazing experience. Personally for me, highlights of the year, Tetsuya Endo versus Daisuke Sasaki for the KOD Openweight Championship. That was a huge storyline in DDT. It was temporary breakup of damnation. Had Kota Ibushi versus Minoru Suzuki. That was an amazing match. The match that I fangirled about in my last video, Hiromu versus El Desperado. For me, we made the best out of a bad situation. We got given some amazing wrestling despite the circumstances. And I know 2021 is going to be even better. We've got Wrestle Kingdom coming up. I'm not going to talk too much about that because I've got another video coming up, but we've got Kota Ibushi versus Tetsuya Naito. Taiji Shimori versus either Hiromu or El Fantasma. I think I said that because I was just hoping that El Desperado was going to win the Best of Super Junior. Dangerous Tekkers versus GOD. And I'm just hoping as things start getting back to normal, we're going to see some normal sort of wrestling again. We're going to see fans going in flocks, fans being able to chant and cheer for their favourites. And I think for me personally this year, I realised what I love. I started the year, I was watching WWE, AEW, DDT and New Japan, and I've ended the year watching New Japan, DDT and Tokyo Joshi. Now, that's not to say that the products are bad, especially AEW, it's just not what I love. And I almost think that this is the year that I found myself and what wrestling I want to watch. And maybe it's the same for you. How has your 2020 been? I know it's been crazy, but what has wrestling done for you? Hopefully you enjoyed it. It was sort of like a whistle-stop tour of 2020 wrestling for me. I guess the summary is I've fallen in love even more with Japanese wrestling, and for me it's the one thing that's kept me sane. So in the comments below, let me know what were your matches of the year or the moment. Who are your MVPs and what do you expect from next year? Are we going to have Yoshihashi as IWGP champion? Is Antonio Honda going to be the KOD Openweight champion? Is Miyu Yamashita going to win the TJPW championship? Anything could happen, but just let me know your predictions below. And what do you hope to come out of 2021? Do you want to go to a Wrestle Kingdom like me and hopefully 2022? A New Japan show in general? Let me know. So like always, like, subscribe and share this video with your friends. Join my community and make sure to follow me on Twitter at wrestling_chat. And I just want to wish everyone a happy new year. Thank you so much for joining me on my journey this year. And hopefully this channel can only get bigger and I can provide more amazing content for you guys. I'll see you later. Bye.